Hello everybody, welcome back to the Sustainable Fitness Diary. We are at episode number 10, so that means that I've been going for some time. That's pretty exciting. And I almost didn't record my fortnightly episode just because I had so much going on over the last couple of weeks and been running a bit behind, and it was pretty stressful. But as you know, this podcast is all about consistency and trying to keep going, and I didn't really want to get rid of this habit of recording every fortnight. So I just decided that instead of again jumping on camera, because I didn't feel like doing that too much, I'm just gonna record quick audio for you guys. And that's actually the episode we're gonna do today. It's about what's the point of doing it now and why we give up after missing one day. So that was kind of my thinking right now with the podcast, because I've missed my recording day. I always record episodes on Fridays and I couldn't do it this time, and I've missed that. And then I was like, oh, what if I just skip the fortnight of my release of a new episode and just do it after a month? And I'm like, no, we're just gonna do it. That's the whole point. Just try it. And that's the main reason why I'm doing this today, because one of the most challenging things about consistency is that once we miss 1 or 2 days of our commitment, instead of just being okay and try again tomorrow, we just give up completely. And that's classic all or nothing thinking, right? And as I've already mentioned, I've been dealing with this quite often. If I have a bad week, miss the habits I wanted to work on, I would just tell myself, well, what's the point of doing it now? It's already the end of the week, might as well start fresh next week. I don't have it so much with fitness, but I would have it with other habits, like this one, recording a podcast, or any other habit I want to work on. And as we know, next week comes and then the same thing happens again. We keep getting caught in the same cycle over and over again, and that's just the reality. I want you to know that relapsing and starting over when building a habit is very, very common. It's actually part of the process. The most important thing is that you don't have to take it as a failure, because it's not just common. It's expected to happen, because building a habit takes some time. Based on research, it can take between 18 to 254 days, which is pretty crazy, and it's going to be different for everyone. The reason why this massive range exists is because habit formation depends on so many variables. It can be the complexity of the behavior, what's your current stress levels, what kind of support you have, or how much the habit conflicts with your current routines, and so many other factors, your life circumstances, your motivation, and so many more. But the research shows that the real issue isn't the lapse itself. Let me talk to you about what actually predicts the success of forming a habit. Based on research on habit formation and behavior change, missing a workout or just slipping on a habit is expected to happen. And it's all about how you actually interpret it, because the difference is that people who struggle long term are those who see the lapse as a failure and then they just give up completely. One missed workout becomes, I've just ruined everything, or one day of eating off plan becomes, well, the week is already done and I might just start next week, and then you just go crazy for the rest of the week. Those people who build those lasting habits, they recover so much faster and they return to the behavior quickly. Avoid turning one lapse into a pattern. One missed workout stays as one missed workout and they show up next day. I've been building this kind of mindset for quite long. I'm actually just celebrating probably around 14 years of my fitness journey, and you have no idea how many times I have experienced missing workouts or messing up my nutrition, but I would always come back. And that's how you truly gonna build your sustainable fitness habits. I will tell you why might as well start Monday is actually a trap. Think about what's actually happening when you tell yourself, I will just start fresh next week. You are treating your habit like it only counts if it's perfect. Like the whole week is ruined if you miss Tuesday and Wednesday. That like showing up on Thursday doesn't matter anymore because you've already failed. Fitness just doesn't work that way. Your body doesn't reset every Monday. Your health doesn't care whether you had the most perfect week or a crazy one where you still showed up 3 times. Because 3 workouts in a busy week is much better than 0 workouts while you wait for the perfect fresh start. Here's the thing about fresh starts, right? They never feel as clean as you hope. Because next Monday comes and you are tired, you are busy, or something unexpected happens, and then you are right back in the same cycle. The only way out of this is to break the pattern of treating lapses as failures and just try again the next day. That's how we need to do it. So how do you change the mindset from all or nothing thinking to just healthy thinking about your habit formation? It's about repetition, by trying again and again, by proving to yourself over and over that you can have a bad day and you can still come back. Every time you miss a workout and show up the next day anyway, you are building evidence that lapses don't have to mean total collapse. Every time you eat off plan and return to normal eating at the next meal, not the next day, not the next Monday, but the next meal, you are strengthening your resilience. You are saying to yourself, hey, it's okay, I've had this bad meal, but the next one will be better. Every time you fall out of your routine and restart without waiting for the most optimal moment, you are training yourself out of all or nothing thinking. And this is how you can truly build long-term fitness and health habits. Another thing which can help is coming back to that question, why did I actually start? When you are in the middle of a lapse, caught in that what's the point spiral, which is happening to many of us, it's easy to just forget why any of this matter in the first place. So I want you to ask this: what are the actual benefits I get from exercise? Not just the theoretical ones, but the ones you have personally experienced. What happens if you don't move your body regularly? How are you going to feel physically and mentally if you don't do that? What are you working toward which is bigger than just looking good or being disciplined? I want you to write these down, because when you are in the trap of all or nothing thinking, you need concrete reminders of why it's worth showing up even when the week has been imperfect. One of my most favorite exercises, which I'm also using inside my school community, the Sustainable Fitness Space, is the pros and cons reflection. What you can do is to create 2 lists: pros of continuing your habit and cons of giving up that habit. In those pros list, you're gonna answer questions like, how do I feel when I am consistent? What improves in my life if I continue this habit? What do I gain beyond just physical results? And you're just gonna answer these questions. And then you're gonna answer the cons. What happens to my energy, mood, sleep, and stress if I give up completely? How do I feel about myself when I am not showing up? What long-term consequences am I risking if I don't do this? Creating that list can really help you to be showing up even when you mess up your habit. And people who build lasting habits, again, are those who never miss. They are the ones who miss and come back anyway. That's what resilience actually looks like. You don't wait for motivation to return. You don't need a fresh start or a new week or a clean slate. You just show up on Thursday even though you missed Tuesday and Wednesday. You recognize the thought, what's the point of doing it now, for what it is, or nothing thinking, trying to convince you that imperfect effort doesn't count. And then you do it anyway. Because the point of doing it now is that now is all you ever have. Monday is not more valuable than Thursday. Next week isn't more important than today. The perfect time to restart just doesn't exist, and realizing this is very, very important. And I just want you to know that you are learning. So if you are listening to this and recognizing yourself in the all or nothing pattern, you've been stuck in this cycle of missing, giving up, and promising to start fresh next week. I again want you to know that that's all about learning. And every time you start again, you are building that resilience. Every time you notice the pattern, you are developing that self-awareness. Every time you choose to show up even after a lapse, you are proving to yourself that consistency doesn't require perfection. It just requires you to come back. So if you've missed yesterday, show up today. If you had a rough week, show up now. If you've been off track for even a month, don't wait for Monday, but just if you can do it now, just do it right where you are. So I want you to know that those people who build those lasting habits are those who never stop coming back. And this is all for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. It was nice and short, but I just want you to know that with every failure you have when building a habit, you are learning, and it's important that you keep trying until the habit finally sticks. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll talk to you soon.